Well, if you need to make up ground, well, tonight is the night. You're looking at Yankee Stadium. It's time for baseball, Yankee baseball, where tonight the New York Yankees take on the Boston Red Sox. Well, it is August the 2nd, 1978. Here at the stadium, we are full, as in full house. In reality, this game went 15 innings going to a draw, and then they had to make up the game later on, and it went 15 innings, 17 innings, and the Red Sox won a wild resume game. Well, tonight's starters, Andy Hassler for the Red Sox and Dick Tidrow for the Yankees. For the Red Sox, Burleson will lead off at short, Remy at second, Rice at left, Yastrzemski at first, Fisk behind the plate, Lynn in center, Brohammer is the DH, Evans in right, and Hobson's at third. For the Yankees, Rivers, Randolph, Munson. He's not catching. He is DHing. He's half day off. Piniella in left, Jackson in right, Chambliss at first, Nettles at third. With the lefty on the mound, it's Cliff Johnson getting the start behind the plate, and Bucky Dent at shortstop. Something you don't have to worry about. Red Sox don't usually run a lot, so you won't probably have a problem with the Tidrow-Cliff Johnson combo. But with the high enough odds, anyone can become a base runner. Well, the Yankees take the field and we're ready to go. This game has such implications. This is August the 2nd. The Red Sox come in at 61 and 67 and 37, while the Yankees are 56 and 49. A win would drop them to 10.5 back and still trying to make a charge here with 2 months to play. Well, let's get to this. Baseball here at the Bronx. Let's go ahead and bring our dice up, ready to roll, ready to rock, and we're right. And Dick Tidrow's on the mound. He's 7-5, 4.82 ERA, 129 hits, 118 innings. Boy, Tidrow has gone from riches to rags. He started off the season, I believe, 7-0, and then all of a sudden, Billy Martin put him in the bullpen, and he has not had a good start in a long time. His last appearance was a two-thirds of an inning, I believe it was, with one hit. Before that, it was an inning and a third, 8 hits, 11 runs, and took the loss. So Tidrow definitely has been having his ups and his downs, and lately it has been downs. He has not won since the 30th of May. Since then, he's taken losses. Again, he was taken out of the rotation after he won his first 7 starts, and I think that has messed with him completely. So let's get to this. Rick Burleson will lead off for the Sox. We're ready to play baseball, Yankee baseball, and here we go. Hello, everybody. Good start tonight. MB Strat is here. A.J. Jablonski, hello, and Ben Witz, welcome into the show. Burleson leading off, hitting .221, 1 home run, 26 runs batted in. Definitely not having a Burleson type start. Tidrow with the windup and pitch to Burleson, and we're underway here in the Bronx. 4-9 is a fly ball to center field. That will be a first catch of the ball game. That will be Mickey Rivers. Makes the catch and there's one away. This Yankee team is intact for the first time. Every piece that should be starting is here tonight. And now here's Jerry Remy hitting .281, 4 home runs, 37 RBIs. He has stolen 34 bases, so he is the base runner to worry about. If you run on Tidrow tonight, that is going to be a plus 3 to the first number. So Remy will have some great numbers if he gets on base. Tidrow looking in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Remy. 2-5 base hit Remy, and he's going to be a threat to run. So Remy has a base hit. Let's see if he gets it or not. Let's see if he gets the lead. Runner on first gets a lead. And Remy does get the lead. He's going to go. Here comes the throw from Cliff Johnson. Not in time. Stolen base, Jerry Remy's on at second. I'm running both teams. I think I like that better. to me emotionally doing this, even though if I'm losing games, at least I know I'm coaching both teams. So no, so the computer's not running a suicide squeeze and back-to-back calls on teams and other things. So Remy now at second base. That is an automatic -4 to the hold. So with a +3, +2, it's still a +1 to the second number. So it should be 60%. Act not 70%. 5 times 14 is 70, Mike. So if he gets the lead, it is a 1. It is a 1 to 14 going to the third. But here comes Major League's best hitter, Jim Rice. 328, 32 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Big bat in this lineup. Let's see what Tidrow does from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out, and the pitch from Tidrow. 6-8, got him on strike. Big strikeout for Rice. Big strikeout for Tidrow, and that is out number 2. So now here's Yastrzemski, hitting .317, having a fine season. 12 home runs, 68 runs batted in. On deck is Carlton Fisk. So runner on second, 2 out. Tidrow working from the stretch. Yankee fans on their feet. From the stretch is Tidrow, and the pitch. 4-8, base hit. That should drive in a run. Red Sox will get on the board early. Single 2 stars. Here comes Remy around third. He'll score, and the Sox take a 1-0 lead. Here is Carlton Fisk hitting .290, 10 home runs, 60 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Fisk. 2-6, and that is going to be a low odd single, but the 3 possibly goes through. It is a 3. It's a hit for Carlton Fisk, an infield hit. Goes through the middle just barely. The ball has eyes, says Wee Willie Keeler. Fisk on at first, and Yastrzemski now at second. So the Red Sox get an early 15% hit. And now here's a guy having an underrated season. Fred Lynn hitting .331, 13 home runs, 66 runs batted in. Big left-handed hitter, can really put this game, unfortunately, out of reach early. This Yankee team's been playing behind. Johnson behind the plate. Tidrow from the stretch. Here's the pitch from Dirt. And that's going to be a 6-5, and there it goes, deep to right field. That's probably going to go over Jackson's head. Home run 1-8. He just missed it. It's a 9. That's a double for Lynn. Yastrzemski will score. Rivers to get it back in. With 2 outs, that is now going to be a 1-17 coming home. We're going to try for the runner. We're going to hold the trailing runners. Here's the throw at the plate. Not in time. Red Sox clear the bases. So Lynn stops at second, clears the bases on a 2-run double, and the Red Sox open up a quick 3-0 lead here in the Bronx. And boy, this team cannot afford any problems like this after Gossage had to go incredibly out of his way. Yankees don't really have another body in the bullpen, unfortunately. Lyle is it. So, wow. I mean, they don't. This is where I think Strat gives you the full credit of exactly what happens or who your available guys are. So I'm looking at this game. I know it's going to be a resume game. It resumed on the 3rd, so it was resumed the next day. Game goes 17 innings. So you know they had to go their bullpen this game. But problem is, all my bullpen guys are tired. So they went. Tidrow went 5. Gossage went 7 innings in relief, giving up 2 hits. Lyle went 2, and Ken Clay came in probably tired. 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned. Wow, Gossage, 7 innings out of the bullpen that night. Good Lord. I mean, I have Lyle who can probably do almost the same, but he's going to have to stay out there. He's going to have to eat up some innings, as they say. So now, a 4-3-0 Red Sox lead. Here's Brohammer hitting .264. No homers, 8 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter. This should be a batter Tidrow needs to get out in a hurry. Tidrow from the stretch to Brohammer. 3-5. It's a base hit for Brohammer. What in the hell? Base hit Brohammer. That'll go through. Lynn will score from second. Red Sox open up a 4-0 lead here with 2 outs in the first. And here is Dwight Evans hitting .239, 13 home runs, 56 runs batted in. Andy Hassler has been given a 4-run first inning lead. Johnson with the target. Tidrow from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Evans. 1-6, and he walked him, and the Red Sox will bat this around because Butch Hobson will come in. And Hobson is hitting .231, 12 homers, 41 runs batted in. First and second, 2 outs, 4-0 Sox. Tidrow from the stretch. Johnson looks in. Pitch to Hobson. 5-9. Ground ball to second. Thankfully, good play by Randolph. Throws him out. The inning is over. 4 runs, 5 hits. Strand 2. 1/2 inning of play. It's already 4-0 Boston going to the bottom of the first. So a big start here for the Sox to open up things. Yes, he was a starter at one point, but never seen him go 7 innings, though. Jesus. All right, here we go again. Thank you, folks, for being here again today. Let's see if the Yanks can get something back. Andy Hassler, 2-3, 8.67 ERA, 81 hits over 46 innings. So the safe to say he doesn't have great quality stuff is going to be a plus. So let's see if they can hit him. I would think they could. They have, again, they can give him 5, they say, out of the rotation before getting tired. They are loaded for bear coming out of the bullpen, so they don't have any issues bringing dudes out. This is one thing the Yankees lack is depth in this bullpen. So here is Hassler, the left-hander to Rivers, hitting .251, 4 homers, 29 RBIs. Hassler's a +3. Rivers has stolen 11 bases. Here's the pitch, lefty-lefty matchup, the Mickey Rivers, trying to see if they can get one back. Here's the pitch, and that's a 5-6, struck him out, one away. Now Hassler is a 7L. This is the type of guy you want pitching against the Yankees, who kind of gets destroyed by righties, but lefties, they get them all out. And for this Yankee lineup, they only have 4 lefties in here. Probably why Cliff Johnson's in here. Here's Randolph. Some season for Willie. .284, 3 homers, 26 RBIs. He'll play toward the end of this next 2 months, and he'll have to be a big factor before he goes down again. Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler with the windup. Here's the pitch to Willie. 1-12, fouls out behind the plate. That's going to be Fisk. Makes the catch. And the Boo Birds are out early in the Bronx. 4-0 Boston. 2 outs in the first. And here's the El Capitan, Thurman Munson. God bless his soul. .315, 6 home runs, 48 runs batted in. Right-handed hitter Munson. Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler with the windup and pitch. 5-7, struck him out. Hassler, 1-2-3. He puts a goose egg up to silence the Yankee offense. At the end of 1, 4-0 Boston. So Burleson now hits back by Remy and Rice as the Red Sox bat around in the first. Tidrow looks in. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow with the windup and pitch to Burleson. 1-5 ball left field. Left fielder is Piniella, makes the catch, and there's 1 out, and here's Remy. Remy is 1 for 1 with a run scored, 1 away, single, stole second, and scored. Tidrow with the windup and pitch to Remy. Remy, a 5-5 ground ball to second. Randolph's got it. Good play by Willie. Throws him out, 2 out. Tidrow doing exactly what he needs to do. Here's Rice out of that 5-4 run first inning. He was not a part of it. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in the first. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow with the windup and pitch. 3-4, ground ball to short. That's an easy play for Dent. We welcome you back to the lineup, Bucky. He makes the play, throws him out. 3 up, 3 down, go to Sox. Bottom 2, 4-0 Boston. So here is Sweet Lou Piniella. Big hit in last night's ball game, won the game winner. .293, 1 home run, 45 runs back. This is where Piniella and the Yankee right-handed bats will really need to come up strong. So here we go. Fist behind the plate puts the sign down. Hassler with the windup and pitch to Piniella. And a 4-4 is a ballpark single. What you don't want here at the stadium. That is a single on a 1. That's a 7, and that's an out. So Piniella retired by Burleson. Now here is Reggie, hitting .287, 27 home runs, 88 runs batted in. 2 home runs a couple nights ago in the non-televised game. Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler, lefty-lefty matchup, and the pitch. And that's going to be a strikeout for Jackson on Hassler. 2 away. Andy Hassler looking like a superior lefty here. 2 away, and here's Chambliss. Chambliss, .284, 6 homers, 46 runs batted in. 2 outs of the second, 4-0 Boston. Hassler to lefty to Chambliss. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the windup and the pitch. 4-7, ground ball hit to second, right between the stuff. Ground ball hit to second, hit at Remy. He's got it. He'll field it. He'll throw him out, and the side is retired. Hassler's retired the first 6 Yankees. 4-0 Boston. We head to the top of the third. So top of the third. Yes, this is exactly 1 year. That's why I said God bless his soul. So, yes, it's a day I remember to me for now many things, but this was something that always etched my mind. 47 years ago. So here is Yastrzemski in the third. He'll be followed by Fisk and Lynn. Yastrzemski, a left-handed hitter against Tidrow. Let's see if Tidrow can have another 1-2-3 here. Tidrow, the windup and pitch to Yaz. 5-7 fly ball hit into the outfield. This will be out number 1. And that will be a right fielder. Jackson with the catch, 1 away. Here's Fisk. He's 1 for 1 with the run scored. Tidrow looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Fisk. He's 1 for 1, run scored. 6-7 walk. So a 1-out walk to Fisk. So again, Tidrow can't be putting free base runners on. And now here's Lynn, 1 for 1, cleared the bases with a double his first time up. Left-handed hitter, again, having a great year. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Lynn. 2-3, and that's a ballpark single on a 1. Let's see, do they get lucky now? Is it going to be something of luck today? Nope, an 8 will be a line drive to second baseman right at Chambliss. Right at Chambliss, sorry, 2 outs. So 2 outs, Fisk stays at first, and here is Brohammer, 1 for 1 with an RBI so far. When Brohammer gets, you know things are going. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow from the stretch. Fisk gets the lead off first, and the pitch. 4-9, fly ball center field. Mickey Rivers will get it. Make the catch, and the side is retired. So they strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the third. A 4-run hiccup in the first, and the Yankees are down by 4. Of course, one more game against the Sox, and then the Orioles come in for a 3-game series. So, please, let's say, hopefully something will come through strong with that one. So let's see as we go on here. Nettles followed by Cliff Johnson and Dent. They're gonna have to take advantage against the lefty starter here. Nettles here. So far, Nettles is having a fantastic year. Hitting .296, 21 homers, 64 runs batted in. Big left-handed bat. Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler, lefty-lefty matchup, and the pitch. 5-8, ground ball to second. He can't take care of lefties, which is going to hurt this team. Ground ball to second. Good play by Remy. Throws him out. 1 out, 7 in a row. Here's big Heathcliff Johnson. He better become a star today. 198, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. He better do something out of the ordinary here. So here is Fisk, puts down the sign. Hassler with the windup and pitch to big Heathcliff Johnson. And he does. He hit it the calm he wanted to, but he hit a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Good play for Brohammer. Throws him out, and there's 2 outs, and here's Bucky Dent. Hitting .267, 7 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Second game back with the Yanks. Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler looks in. The windup and pitch to Dent. And that's a 5-10 ground ball hit to the shortstop. Unfortunately, hitting it at their best defender. It's hit at Burleson. He's got it. He fields it. and throws in time. 9 up, 9 down, retired by Andy Hassler. Through 3, 4-0 Boston. So it's Evans, Hobson, and Burleson to lead off the Boston fourth. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow with a windup and pitch to Evans. 5-3, ground ball to first. That is hit toward Chris Chambliss. Let's see if Chambliss is able to make the play on it to his left. He field throws. No, not in time. That's going to be a hit. The ball had eyes, and it goes through to right field. So Evans was on. He was kind of hugging the line to the other way, and Evans kind of pushed it the other way past Randolph and Chambliss. So Evans is on board with nobody out for Hobson, a double play candidate. He's 0 for 1. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hobson. Hobson 3-5 struck him out, 1 away. Big strikeout for Tidrow. 1 out in the fourth. And now it becomes, let's see, it's going back to the top of the order for Rick Burleson. He's 0 for 2. Not having a Burleson type season. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out. Pitch to the Rooster. 4-10, ground ball to short. Let's see if Bucky Dent can turn a double play. This isn't Stanley anymore. 2-14 for Dent, and he turned the double play. How about that? 6-4-3. Taylor made double play. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 4-0 Red Sox. Boston 6-0 so far through the first 4 innings. Now let's see what Mick the Quick can do. Big opportunity. Yankees top of the lineup so far. First 9, 0 for 9. Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler with the windup and pitch to Hassler. 1-2. Oh, it hit him. First base runner for the Yanks, high and inside. Rivers will go to first, and the Yankees have their first base runner. So here's Willie Randolph, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Yankees probably need to be careful running the ball, but they also don't want to be too not being aggressive. He went for the lead, did not get it. Hassler will keep him close. Runner on first, no outs. Hassler from the stretch. Randolph 0 for 1 today. Here's the pitch to Willie. 3-5, the base hit for Willie Randolph. Hits it in the gap for a base hit. Triple 1-2. That is a 5. That's a long single for Rivers. Or Randolph. Rivers will go to third. The Yankees have something going. And now here's the captain, Thurman Munson. Yankees have to take advantage of these right-handed situations. First and third, nobody out. Hassler working from the stretch. Looking in the Munson. Here's the pitch to Thurm. 1-8, and that should be a base hit unless he gets outright robbed. 1-8 is a single, 1-18. It's a 16. Munson gets the base hit, drives in a run. Rivers scores. Randolph goes 90 feet. 4-1 Red Sox. So the Yankees break on board the captain, God bless his soul, with an RBI base hit for the El Capitan. So now Lou Piniella, the batter, and there is power on Hassler's card. I believe there was. Oh, but he just gives up so many hits. Oh, that card is ugly against righties for sure. Can't pinch hit till about the 7th inning. So Piniella will swing. Down at Hassler will stay in there when it gets that ugly. I'm not playing anti-Boston, that's for sure. Let's look at the game itself and see what Andy Hassler did. Red Sox did go through a bunch of pitchers. Hassler, an inning and 2/3, 4 hits, 4 runs. Then it was Bergmeyer for 4 2/3. Campbell went 5 2/3. Drago and Stanley with 3 innings of perfect relief in the resume. So, yeah, they used almost everybody. So I guess Bergmeyer and Campbell are up in the Red Sox bullpen in case this gets out of hand. Because I guess Don Zimmer would have pulled the plug early. First and second, nobody out. Piniella the swing. Hassler from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Sweet Lou. And that's a 2-5. That is going to... Oh, it was a clutch hit, but there's no clutch situation here yet. Fly ball left field. Rice with the catch and makes it 1 out. And now here's the guy who can tie it. Reginald Martinez Jackson. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Boy, he can use a Reggie moment right now. Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Reggie. 110. That is going to be a ballpark. Oh, Reggie got the 5%. 110 is going to be a single on a 1. You can see the 1, folks, in the 20-sided die. Base hit Jackson. So the Yankees get their first break in about a month. And the bases are loaded with 1 out as Jackson just gets it through the infield. So Chambliss now will swing. Cliff Johnson's spot in the order comes up in 3 spots. Hassler could be done by then. It's a 4-1 Boston lead. Here is Chambliss. Big situation here for Chris. Can the Yankees get one in? Fisk puts down the sign. Hassler from the stretch. Bases loaded. 1 out. Pitch to Chambliss. 5-6. Struck him out. Hassler does what he does against lefties, is get batters out. And you can't pinch hit. 2 outs in the 4th. Now here is Nettles. Oh, Puff Daddy. Nettles. Bases loaded. 2 men out. Nettles, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game, now needs a Nettles moment. Bases loaded. Fisk puts down the sign. Probably one of the best catchers in the business. Making sure Hassler makes the call. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Hassler from the stretch. Pitch to Nettles. 6-4. Ground ball to short. Unless they can get a break from Burleson. Ground ball to short. 1E17 to his right. Makes the play. And the Yankees stram the bases loaded. 1 run in the 4th. It's 4-1 Red Sox heading to the 5th. Good ball game here in the Bronx. Oh, wrong person to hit it at. So we go to the 5th inning. Here is Remy, 1 for 2 with the run scored. Remy, Rice, Yastrzemski. Tidrow with Lyle up and running fast. He's really the only healthy arm we have. Gossage went a ton last night if you were here. As Ben says, we needed a Snickers last night. It was one of those games. Gossage got the win, but he blew himself out for the next game, which probably in reality didn't. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow from the stretch. Here we go for Remdog. Remy against Tidrow and the pitch. 2-6 base hit Remy. That could be a problem. Let's see what they do. Rice the batter. And let's see, does Bob Lemon now go right now to him? Probably not. Problem is, it gives Remy an undisputed run towards second base, and I don't want to put him in scoring position either. And there goes Lyle. So Lyle will come in. So they're going to basically throw it to the moon right now. Lyle comes in. He's 2-6, 3.23 ERA, 101 hits over 92 innings, 22 walks, 28 strikeouts. He'll make it closer for Remy, not the run right now. It'll be a -3 on the first number. So let's see. Probably won't. Remy probably won't retake that chance. And Lyle makes Rice not as juicy against lefties. Still can hit a home run a mile. Johnson sets the target. Lyle needs that slider. Here's the pitch. 2-11. That's a ballpark single. Boston does not get the return love. That's a single on a 1. That's a 9. That's a line drive to Dent. Out number 1. Here's Yastrzemski. 1 for 2 with an RBI. So Yaz comes up on a lefty-lefty matchup. Let's see. Does Remy want to run here? He may want to run. He goes, and Doe does not. So Lyle gets Remy back. So there you go. That made it a little bit easier. Runner on first and 1 man out. Lyle from the stretch to Yastrzemski and the pitch. 5-7 fly ball hit into the outfield. This should be, I think, is going to be Reggie. It is. Jackson to his right makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Here's Fisk. He's 1 for 1 with a run scored. Big out here for Lyle to keep this game close. Johnson sets the target. Lyle working in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Fisk. 1-5 struck him outside, is retired. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's 4-1 Boston. But now what do the Red Sox do? Right, left, and then a bunch of righties coming up. This is where Bergmeyer makes absolutely no sense with the monster L he is this year. He's even a big L. Almost a better guy at the pitch to give me the innings would be Dick Drago. So Dick Drago will come in. He will be the new Red Sox pitcher. He gets righties out more. So Drago comes in, not worried about the win. So he is 7-2, vulturing a lot of wins, 3 saves, 2.34 ERA. What a year they're getting out of Drago. 41 hits out of 50 innings. And Cliff Johnson will have to swing against a right-handed pitcher. So Fisk puts down the sign. Drago with the windup and pitch. 2-11 pop to short. That's going to be an out. Throws the bat down, he does. Shortstop as Burleson makes the catch, and there's one out in the fifth. Here is Bucky Dent. He's 0 for 1. So again, that asks me a question here. Does Cliff Johnson, starting the way he did, Cliff Johnson was 0 for 7. There you go. 2 strikeouts. And that's why I didn't want to play him. Big hitters in that ball game. Nettles was 3 for 7, a run scored. And Cliff Johnson 0 for 7. Yep, play Cliff. Go ahead. Again, I have no other catcher besides killing off my DH. Bottom of the fifth, one out. Here's Dent. He's 0 for 1. Again, Yankees trying to hopefully they can get some bats here. Drago with the windup and the pitch. 110. Again, that's a ballpark single. I'm not going to get it again. That's an 18. And that's going to be an out. And that's a line drive to Burleson, out number 2. Here's Mickey now, 0 for 1 with the run scored. Likes to see the righty out there. Fisk puts down the sign. Drago with the windup and pitch to Rivers. Rivers, line drive to first. Hit the right column, but he found the dead roll inside. And that will be Yastrzemski. We're played 5. We're halfway through here in New York. 4-1 Red Sox. 4-7-0 for Boston, 1-3-0 for New York. Top of the 6th coming up. Just taking this time out. Lyle doing his part. He'll have to stay in there. I have no other choice. He's gonna have to give me what's left. And if I want to lose Gossage for game 2 of this series, and I can if I get him a batter being tired. But right now it's 4-1. It'll be Lynn, Brohammer, Evans against Lyle. Johnson puts down the sign. Lefty Lyle looks in. And here is the pitch. 6-10. Ground ball hit to the third baseman. This will be Nettles, of course. This should be an easy play. Him and Randolph been having some issues. He gets it over, throws him out, 1 away. Here's Brohammer, 1 for 2 at the ribby. Left-to-left matchup. Lyle with the windup and the pitch. 4-9 single for Brohammer, left on left. So Lyle gives up a big hit. Single to center field. And now it's Dwight Evans, 1 for 1 with a walk. He steps up to the plate. Runner on first and 1 out. Johnson sets. Lyle from the stretch looks in. Here's the pitch to Dwight Evans. 1-6 and he walks. Red Sox now using their good eye and getting men on base. First and second, 1 out for Hobson. This is where they need a double play ball from the slow-footed Butch. First and second, 1 out for the Yanks. So Lyle from the stretch, needing a huge out. Here is from the stretch. 2 on, 1 out, pitch to Hobson. 5-6, almost. Fly ball hit in the right field. He hit it the opposite way. Reggie's probably not going to have to move. He makes the catch, and there's 2 outs here in the 6th. Runners can move up. They're going to try to go to third. Here's the throw to third in time. So Brohammer to third. So now a wild pitch can get him home. First and third, 2 outs for Burleson. Again, 0 for 3 in the ball game. He's up for his 4th time here in the 6th inning. Johnson puts down the sign. Lyle looking in from the stretch, looking in. Here's the pitch to Burleson. 3-8, ground ball hit to the shortstop. Big play from Dent. That's why we got him back there. Puts back to second, gets the easy play out, and the side is retired. Red Sox strand 2. They are stranding some extra Insurance, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 4-1, 4-8-0 for the Sox, 1-3-0 for the Yanks, and now the Yankee lefties will get a chance, as it will be Randolph, Munson, and Pinella. Actually, it's right, and then they're lefties. But that could be Bergmeyer territory when that comes in. He is ready to go. So Fisk puts down a sign. I'll manage this Boston team like they should. So Drago looks in. Here's the pitch to Willie. 1-for-2 in the ball game. 2-6 draws the walk. That's exactly what Willie needs to do. Gets on base. He's a -1. Fisk can run, so that kind of cuts him down to a 70% right now. It's 1-14 if he gets the lead. Here is the Capitan. 1-for-2 with the RBI. Captain Munson, he's being held, so that does make him better to hit and run chances. Hit and run for Willie. Here's the hit and run. Ooh, we're running the pitcher's card die first. It's a 6. 6-2. What was a 6-2 on him? Fly ball center field. Hit at Lynn. 1-8, and Lynn's got the catch. Randolph holds. So Munson tried to use the hit and run there. Randolph had to get back to first fast, and there's one away. Here's Pinella. He's 0-for-2. Dang it. So now Lou up here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We can almost go to our benches here. The umpires are unlocking the benches as we speak. Fisk puts down the sign. Drago from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Sweet Lou. 4-8, fly ball center field. This will be out number 2. Center fielder is Lynn. Makes the catch. 2 outs in the 6th. And here is Reggie. Boy, they need him right now. 1-for-2 in the ball game. Now, if they don't have the tying runner in, Bergmeyer is ready, but Drago's going to go here. Ooh, look at that power. Oh, look at that power versus lefties. No, I can't do that. I can't for good conscience do that. So, Bergmeyer get in. So, Tom Bergmeyer will come in. So, Bergie comes in for the Sox. Pitching change. 4-6, 3 saves. Has suffered. 6.02 ERA. 53 hits in 40 innings. So Bergmeyer will now pitch to Jackson. 2 outs in the 7th. He won't be coming out either. So Bergmeyer from the stretch. Looking in the Jackson. Here's the pitch. 3-10. Struck Jackson out. He's had that 3-10 before. Jackson down on strikes. Red Sox bullpen doing the job. We played 6. 4-1 Boston. Wow, Yankees just can't catch a break. And the Yankee defense is not helping one bit. Top of the 7th. Now, the Yankee bullpens run out of gas at some point, and the Red Sox bullpen could give you one after one in that bullpen. Either they're getting better starters, I'm not sure, but 4-8-0 Boston, 1-3-0 New York. Here's Remy, followed by Rice and Yastrzemski against Lyle. So Lyle to stay out there. Johnson sets the target. Lefty-lefty matchup to Remy. 2-for-3. 3-5. Struck him out, 1 away. After that 4-run first inning, we have an even ball game. Here is Rice, 0-for-3. That's the scary part. He's 0-for-3 and overdue. Johnson sets the target. Lyle looking in. The windup and pitch to Rice. 2-8. Ground ball hit to the shortstop. Easy play for Dent. He scoops it, throws them out, and there's 2 outs here in the 7th. Here's Yastrzemski, 1-for-3 in the RBI, left on left. He'll stay out there. No biggie there. Johnson sets. Lyle with the windup and pitch to Yastrzemski. 2-2 fouls out behind the plate. Thought that was where the power was for Yaz. It's down below. Fouls out. Johnson with the catch, and that's it. 7th inning stretch. Here we come. Boston 4, Yankees 1. 4-8-0 for Boston, 1-3-0 for New York. Chambliss, Nettles, and then Johnson. And we'll see what the Yankees do at that point. Bergmeyer to stay out there, looks in, gets the sign to Chambliss. Chambliss 0-for-2. Here's the pitch to Chris. Chris, 1-4. That's a ball. Oh, for the second time today. The Ben Witt special, 1-4. Ballpark single on a 1. You see the 1 there. That's a single for Chambliss. Second time today, the Yankees with the 5-percenter. So Yankees may have a little bit of luck on their hands. Here is Nettles, 0-for-2 in the ball game. Love that one-sided die he can throw in every so often. Here is Nettles, an 0-for-2 now. He'll stay out there. 295 hitter. Needs to stay out of a double play. Fisk, that's the target. Bergmeyer from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out. And that's going to be a fly ball right field, possibly deep. Back goes Evans. Back and makes the catch, and Chambliss will hold. And now Cliff Johnson, he has to swing unless I don't want my DH. My God, I can't stand that. White, Stanley, Blair, Doyle, Johnstone, Thomason. Yep, you don't have nothing. Absolutely nada. Zero, zip, zilch. They have no one else that wants to catch. And most of the guys on the bench besides Blair and Stanley, White's okay. So Cliff Johnson, go ahead, but he's in there to do what he's supposed to, hit the long ball. Bergmeyer will stay out there. Yankees have, it looks like Stanley and Campbell throwing side by side. Last of the 7th of a 4-1 ball game. Bergmeyer from the stretch. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Heathcliff. 4-7. That could be a base hit. It is a base hit for Cliff Johnson. 4-7, single 1-18, gets it on 5. That's where Bergmeyer hurts against righties. First and second, 1 out for Dent, followed by Rivers and Randolph. First and second, 1 out. Bergmeyer into the 7th inning with 1 out. Problem is Campbell is a reverse split guy. And Stanley, sometimes you want to save for a close, but do you want Stanley here? First and second, 1 out. They'll let Dent beat you, even though he did beat him in a certain game in 78. So Bergmeyer from the stretch. First and second, 1 out. Bergmeyer to Bucky Dent. 2 on, 1 out, and the pitch. 2-11 fly ball opposite field, right field. Back goes Evans. Back he goes, makes the catch. He'll hold, 2 outs. So now here is Rivers. Bergmeyer trying to finish this. He's a Rivers left-handed hitter, 0-for-2 and a run scored. First and second, 2 outs. Rivers to stay out there. Fisk sets, pounds the glove. Bergmeyer from the stretch. Here's the pitch. 4-5, struck him out. Side is retired. Bergmeyer with the huge K, and that is it. We played 7-4-1 Red Sox. Oh, a definite opportunity there, and will not do it. So definitely not. Wow. So unfortunately, they just can't get a clutch hit right now. 4-8-0 for Boston, 1-5-0 for New York in the 8th. Fisk, Lynn, Brohammer against Lyle, who's sucking up innings. So Johnson out there, Lyle with the windup and pitch to Fisk. 3-10's a walk. That's not going to be good. That's going to work toward his fatigue. So Fisk is on. How much more can Lyle take? Lynn, 1-for-3 with a double. They need to get a double play and get Lyle an easy inning here. Johnson sets. Lyle from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out, and the pitch. 2-8 struck him out right in that power column. But he suffers against lefties, and Lynn is out. Brohammer, 2-for-3, has had a hit against a lefty today. But I think Boston is going to go ahead and switch. Yankees know, they know the Yankees really can't make a move here. So Brohammer is the DH. Yaz is at first. So we're going to go to George Scott. Great Georgia fire. George Scott will be the batter. So Scott will pinch hit for Brohammer. Likes lefties though. 265, 13 home runs, 56 runs batted him. Runner on first. 1 out. 4-1 Boston. Lyle from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Scott. 6-8 base hit for Scott. Good call there. Pinch hitting. Scott with a base hit sends Fisk to third. First and third here in 1 out in the 8th inning. And here is Evans, who likes to see lefties too. So Lyle's really gonna have to dark corners with Hobson on deck. You want to get the Hobson, I think. First and third, Lyle from the stretch. First and third looking in. Here's the pitch to Evans. 4-3. Ground ball to first. Infield is, corners are in. They should not get the run in. So good play there by Chambliss. Looks the runner back. Scott moves up, and that's what they wanted. Second and third, 2 outs. And Butch Hobson is the batter. Lyle now in a big pitch of his life. 2 outs in the 8th, a 4-1 ball game. There it is, Lyle looking in, takes a little sweat from the brow, looking in. Hobson, who's 0 for 3. Here's the pitch to Hobson. 4-5, popped it straight up. This ought to do it. Randolph is there, makes the catch, and the size retired. Red Sox strand 2 of their own. Bottom of the 8th, 4-1 Red Sox. What a ball game. Left on base, the Red Sox have left 8. The Yankees have left 6. So now we go Bergmeyer, Randolph, Munson. No, that will be a righty. So let's see who the Red Sox will bring in here. Let's try Stanley. 1R. He is kind of the quote-unquote somewhat closer on this team. Campbell can do it too, but I guess they'll save him for the lefts on this lineup. So Stanley comes in 2-3, 9 saves, 4.50 ERA, only 28 innings where he had 142 of them. Definitely underutilized. So Randolph the batter, he's 1 for 2 at a walk. He needs to get on base and draw some attention. Fisk puts down the sign. Stanley looks in and the pitch to Randolph. 1-7 ground ball hit to the shortstop. Burleson's got it. Good throw over, 1 out in the 8th. Here is Munson, 1 for 3 at the RBI. Munson needs to get something going here. Fisk puts the sign down. Stanley with a windup and pitch to third. 2-8 base hit Thurman Munson. Splitty City for Thurman. 2-8 single 1-19. Gets it on the 3. And Munson with a base hit. He's 2 for 4. That's a big hit. And now here is Piniella. Lefts come up soon after that, but then the Red Sox will run out of pitchers. Stanley may have to grunt one through here. Right-handed pitcher, here we go. Piniella, now they look at their bullpen. They like what they have, but let's see. Piniella 0 for 3. Steps out the box, and Piniella is at 332, 374. The logical says more power is Thomason, 313. Little more power on base might be White. So Roy White will come in, although he's a porous outfielder. And here comes Roy White. So Roy White, the batter, 254, 9 home runs, 27 runs batted, and then trying to turn it on Stanley here. Left-handed hitter, runner on first and 1 out. So here is number 6. Stanley from the stretch, runner on first and 1 out, pitch to White. 6-2, no, ground ball back to the pitcher. Stanley's got it, goes to short to Burleson. White will beat the relay, and there's 2 outs. And here is Reggie, exactly what you wanted. They have a 3-run lead pitching to Jackson here. So Reggie steps up, 1 for 3 in the ball game, runner on first and 2 outs. Fisk sets, Stanley looking in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Jackson. 2-9, that ball could be far, that could be deep, but I think it's going to be caught. That is going to be a 16 home run, 1-7. 16 is going to be Evans at the track, makes the catch, and the size retired. Jackson retired on a long fly out. We played 8, 4-1 Boston. So White will go to left. Lyle will try to finish this up as he goes to the 9th inning. Burleson, Remy, and Rice. So Lyle has pitched the rest of this game, giving the Yankees as much depth as you can call right now, but they need some help. So Johnson puts down the sign. Lyle looks in. Here's the pitch to Burleson. Burleson, and he has a double in the gap. No, what a catch by Rivers. You cannot teach speed. That was a double 1-8. Caught it on the 11. What a play there by Rivers. Actually, they said it was by Roy White. Even though who caught it. Here's Remy, 2 for 4 and a run scored. So 1 out, Lyle out there. Here's the pitch, lefty-lefty matchup. 3-4, ballpark single on a 1. Boston, Yankees have gotten 2 of those today. Red Sox have gotten none. That's a 7. Line drive caught by Randolph, 2 outs. And here's Rice. 0 for 4. Boy, don't want to pitch to Rice here. I'm sorry. You don't really want to pitch to Rice here, but you don't want to walk somebody with nobody on base. Johnson puts down the sign. Lyle with the windup and pitch. 2-12 line drive. He hit it hard, but that is going to be it. Side is retired. So the Red Sox go 1-2-3. Lyle has done as much as he could. 4-1 Red Sox going to the bottom of the ninth. Let's see if the Yankees have a rally in their bones. Lyle, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. What a performance. Red Sox are going on 4 to possibly 5 pitchers. Hassler went 4. Drago went an inning and 2/3, looked good. Bergmeyer an inning and a third, 2 hits, looked good. And Stanley's 1 inning and 1 hit, looked good. Soupy Bill Campbell is ready in the bullpen, but with left, and then a righty, you know what? That might be a situation for Campbell. Let's look at his numbers. Do you want Soup Campbell here? 4 saves on the season. He can only get 1 out. So we'll keep Stanley out till he tires, because Campbell's not much of a closer. They didn't really have one. So now Fisk puts down the sign. Chambliss, the left-hander. He needs to get on. 1 for 3 so far. Stanley with the windup and the pitch. 2-7, struck him out. 1 away. There's 1 out in the ninth. Here is Nettles, 0 for 3. Can Nettles get on board to keep things alive? Fisk puts down the sign. Stanley with the windup and pitch to Nettles. 2-9, struck him out. Stanley again, 2 outs. This is kind of reminiscent of that 86 World Series here. Cliff Johnson getting called back. Gary Thomason will swing for Cliff Johnson. Yankees will lose their DH if they make it into the extra innings. Thomason hits, 239, 6 home runs, 35 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter. Stanley with the windup and pitch to Thomason. 2-9, and Bob Stanley strikes out the side, and the ball game is over. Red Sox score 4 in the first, and it holds true. They win this one 4-0. Boston, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Yanks, 1 run on 6 hits. The winning pitcher, they say, is going to be Stanley. Goes 2 innings. I don't know, probably would give it to Drago, but the official score gives it to Stanley. He's 3-3. The hold goes to Bergmeyer. Tidrow took the loss, going 4 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. Sparky Lyle, 5 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Not much going on. Lynn had his 27th double. RBIs by Yastrzemski, 2 by Lynn. Brohammer and Munson had the RBI. For big hitters in the game, those are guys with more than 2 hits. Remy was 2 for 5, and Brohammer was 2 for 3. 2 RBI game by Freddie Lynn. For the Yankees, Munson 2 for 4, 1 RBI, God bless your soul, and a bunch of other guys with 1 hit. Red Sox out hit the Yankees 9-6. It was a nicely played game, no errors, and that is game 1 of this 2-game series. Let's go ahead and look at the statistics. Boston now with a 12.5 game lead. Boston 65 and 68 and 37. They're 2 ahead of reality. Yankees are 56-50. They're still 3 games back of reality. If they were playing the way they should have been playing, they would be at 66 wins. The Yankees at 59, at 7 in the win column, while the Red Sox had 39 losses and the Yankees with 47, so approximately 8 in the loss column. So they're literally down 4.5 games where reality is. That is not going to bode well if you want to make this amazing comeback, because you're going to need some help, and you're not helping yourselves. They had a really kind of sublime bad month of July. The Yankees were 14-15 in June, felt like it. They were 13-16 in July, so that put them 27-31 for those 2 months. While the Red Sox said thank you very little, and they were 18-7 in June and 17-11 in July, as they went 35-18. So the Red Sox are mustering and pulling forward ahead. The Brewers stay 7 games back. The Rangers are 7.5 back of the Royals. The Expos are 7.5 of the Phillies, and the Reds are 9 back of the Dodgers. Well, tomorrow's game, if something does come back later tonight, we'll play something else. But tomorrow's Yankee game is Mike Torres on the mound for the Red Sox, taking on Jim Beattie. A must-win for the Yankees. I hate to say must-win, but when you're 12.5 back, you need this win. Well, folks, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Nice job there for people coming in. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead. Please like, please subscribe on your way in, play out. If you have not watched it so far, we do this for a living sometimes. We play it nightly. Didn't play the other night, but we try to come on every night and play to the calendar. So tomorrow is August the 3rd. That'll be the second game of the series, and then it'll be a weekend series between the Orioles and the Yanks. So come by, get your tickets. So we'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a good rest of your night. Talk to you later, and have a good rest of your evening, unless I